Secessionism is a game of whack-a-mole that has been going on in the Pacific Northwest for generations. The latest example of this is the Greater Idaho movement. Greater Idaho is an idea being floated in a lot of rural counties in the eastern part of Oregon. And the idea is to sever off that half of the state, basically the not Portland part of the state, and join Idaho. To some extent, people in eastern Oregon have been neglected by lawmakers. Take the nitrate water pollution issue in Morrow County, where residents' drinking water is unsafe because of agricultural chemicals. It's a huge problem. That's not what Greater Idaho is fired up about. They're fired up about abortion, immigration, transgender rights, and critical race theory. Very few issues that are rural, and definitely a lot of culture war talking points. Ever since the Pacific Northwest was colonized, people have been trying to create new states. From its very outset, Oregon was created as a haven for white people. They had it in the Constitution that Black people weren't even allowed to live in the state. Before Oregon was even Oregon, there was a plan to call it Jackson, where people could own slaves. Then there was an idea after Oregon became a state to break part of it off and create a place where people would not have to pay as many taxes. They wanted to call it Jefferson. In the 1970s and 1980s, one very racist man named Richard Butler founded a whites-only refuge in Idaho. Richard Butler's dream was to create an Aryan homeland in the Pacific Northwest. Even as recently as 2018, there was movement in Washington state to break off the eastern half of it and call it Liberty, where Christian laws would dictate things. So far, Greater Idaho has gotten initiatives passed in 12 counties in the state. Voters in those counties have made it so county commissioners are now required to hold meetings to talk about the idea of moving to Idaho. No one is moving to Idaho. It's not going to happen. For that half of Oregon to become Idaho, the extremely Democratic Oregon legislature and the extremely Republican Idaho legislature would have to agree on the matter. And then the United States government would have to greenlight the idea. It's not gonna happen, guys. So for now, Greater Idaho remains less of a movement and more of a notion.